Hey guys, so I just decided really quickly to respond to some of the messages um that I received. So yes, I think we all share like the sentiment of being very disappointed and feeling like um no one's really speaking for other individuals. I shouldn't say no one. I don't like blanket statements, but I think that just not being seen, feeling like we're not being seen as a whole. And so, someone said, and I'm going to read this directly, ma'am, she does not even, I'm going to assume that they mean, ma'am, she does not even know our Constitution. She does not any of the agendas. I'm not sure what that means. And instead of making her career to do harm to our president, she should be working her district. And no, she does not tell the truth. Then to attack the president wife was horrible. She will be put out if she keeps this up. She was elected by the people. She's not being put out anywhere. Um, that's first and foremost. Second, she was being quite honest. Like the reality is, if you look at the supermodels from that time, she does not even come close to what they've done. And what Congresswoman Crockett was trying to highlight was the hypocrisy of it. Um, so for instance, Cindy Crawford, she started modeling around the same age, around 15 or 16. Both Tyra Banks and Cindy Crawford. Um, they both were on numerous lifestyle magazines. Uh, Cindy Crawford went and, both Cindy Crawford and Tyra Banks did Runway. Tyra Banks is a producer. She has, let's see, she had, she's had a TV show. She has, she was at one time like one of the top models for Victoria's Secrets. She's published a book. She has her own production company. Same thing with Cindy Crawford. She has her beauty line and everything like that. I think I know Melania Trump did something with some type of caviar or something. Um, but let's call a spade a spade. Her career was lackluster and um sh like she wasn't a household name or anything like that. Specifically, EB1A is for people who are extraordinary in their field. Extraordinary. And that is not what she was. That's the reality of it. That I mean, like you can't slice it any other way, right? So I I stand by that because I didn't even know who Melania Trump was until the elections. She wasn't someone that was even on the radar. Like if you talk about Tyra Banks and Cindy Crawford, they've been around for a very long time. They've been mainstays. And so not only that, but then Congresswoman Crockett went on to discuss a lot of um, what we plan to miss by the holdup in visas. Um, Specifically because I'm in the medical field, one of the things that I know that is I think people really don't recognize is um, the fact that the J1 visas will hold up um, the residents that are coming from other countries. Now, I know everybody likes to get, oh, well, we may not need them, but we need them. We need them. We are already behind in terms of providers, healthcare providers in this country. And so you may think, okay, it's not going to affect me, but According to the AMA, 65% of rural areas have a shortage of primary care physicians. 65%, guys. Um, According to Kaiser Family Foundation, immigrants account for about 1 in 6 hospital workers, clinical and non-clinical workers. Now, how are we planning on, so now we're running away our immigrant workers. There's no way that we have the capacity to even replace them. They are literally irreplaceable, not when there's already a shortage. I think that in some of you guys' minds, the hatred outweighs the benefit, and we're all going to feel this for a long time. Um, that's just a reality of the fact that we have Melania Trump, the first lady, who has had this average career and gotten away with this visa that is for individuals who are extraordinary in their careers, but then we're going to be missing physicians. And so you may say, you know what, I really don't care about that. Well, if you're American and you're so patriotic, hopefully you care about our veterans who happen to be immigrants that are being, detained. What about them? They fought for this country, and we say that we love our veterans and that, thank you for dedicating your life literally to fighting for us and protecting us, and then we throw them away. One of those is and I really feel like I'm going to butcher this, even though I tried so hard not to. Um Saljon Park. Um, he's been here for 50 years, and on a technicality of a drug charge, he decided to self-deport. Never mind that he has a Purple Heart, that he got wounded in war, dedicated his life, but somehow that doesn't matter at this moment. So, I feel like um we have this sense of entitlement as Americans, that our immigrant community, and that includes me because my grandparents were immigrants. Um, and so I take particular offense to this, but um, when you see that we have people who are being productive, who just want, a different life for themselves and their families, and they're being productive within our country. And so I really urge you guys to educate yourself first and foremost, but also um, to call your your representatives, because this is, to me, it's unconstitutional. Um, it's unfair, it's unjust. You're putting people in positions of vulnerability, in places they haven't been in forever. They call this home. And I just can't imagine being t taken, stolen away from your family and um, being sent somewhere else to live. Some of those places that are not safe. This administration can lie and say all they want, but some of these places that we are sending our um, our immigrant neighbors and our immigrant communities are not safe. Never mind the families who are um, like ours, where they may have somebody who's disabled. You are literally disrupting their lives.